If you were 30, 40, 50 or even 60, you've probably wondered, how much should I already have invested? Most channels use American rules that don't account for UK pensions, employer contributions, ISAs or the state pension. So today I'll give you a more useful UK guide with realistic investment ranges for each age. And importantly, I'll explain what to do if you feel behind. Now these aren't pass or fail targets, just helpful checkpoints. And stay until the end because the figure at 60 might just surprise you. First, what are we actually aiming for? Before asking what you should have at each age, we need an end target. The UK retirement living standards currently estimate that a single person might need spending of around $32,700 a year for a moderate retirement lifestyle. That assumes you own your own home outright, so rent or mortgage payments would need to be added to be factored in. Pensions UK has previously estimated that someone receiving the full state pension might need roughly $330,000 to $490,000 in a defined contribution pension to support a moderate standard if they bought an annuity. That is a broad illustration, not a promise, and annuity rates and personal circumstances change. For this video, I'm going to use that $330,000 to $490,000 range as our destination age 67. The checkpoints assume your money grows by 4% a year after inflation and fees. In other words, all the figures are expressed in roughly today's spending power. They also assume contributions rise over time with inflation. Now, when I mention a monthly contribution, I mean the total amount going into your investments. If you are contributing through a workplace pension, employer contributions and pension tax relief might cover part of that amount. It's not necessarily all coming from your take-home pay. And I'm counting long-term invested money across defined contribution pensions and stocks and shares ISAs. A defined benefit pension is different because it promises an income rather than giving you a simple pot to compare. I'm going to use facts and figures throughout the video, but at the end of the video, I'll give you my own opinion about inflation and what returns I think we need to earn as investors for a comfortable retirement. Age 30. Using those assumptions, an illustrative checkpoint at 30 is approximately $17,000 to $25,000 invested. If you are around that range, you've built a strong foundation. If you are below it, you haven't failed. You still have around 37 years until the age of 67, and time is your biggest advantage. Imagine you were 30 with £5,000 invested. To reach approximately $330,000 to $490,000 by 67, the math suggests total monthly investing of roughly $300 to $460 in today's money a month. That might sound higher than expected, but remember, a workplace pension contribution from you, your employer and pension tax relief can all form part of that total. At 30, the most important number is not your current balance, it's the amount you can consistently invest for the next 3 decades. It's hugely important. Most people I know and talk to about investing would switch off if I mentioned £300 to £460 per month, and they would be totally out of the conversation if I started talking about long-term investing. But unfortunately, most people in the UK struggle in retirement, from my experience and from my research over the last few years. Hopefully you won't be another miserable statistic. Age 40. At 40, the same illustrative path gives us a checkpoint of roughly £62,000 to £92,000 invested. This is where the gap between people often starts to widen. Some people have contributed since like the 20s, others have dealt with childcare, career breaks, house deposits, or just never learned how pensions and investing actually worked. If you were 40 with £25,000 invested, reaching the same $330,000 to $490,000 range by 67 could require total monthly investing of roughly $440 to $720, assuming that 4% return after inflation and fees. That is a decent amount, I admit, but the fact is, you have to think of your future self, and you still have 27 years. You can also review your workplace pension, obviously, capture the full employer match, increase contributions when your salary, income rises, and use an ISA when flexibility matters. This is the message I want people in the 40s to hear. You might be behind an illustrative line on a chart, but starting now can still really change your retirement for the better. As you might have guessed, this is not financial advice, but I do have 25 years of investing experience and I really do care about you and your investing. Age 50. At 50, our illustrative checkpoint is approximately 130,000 to 193,000 invested. And this is where honesty matters. You have less time, so the required monthly amount rises, but you might also be entering your highest earning years. Your children might be becoming less financially dependent on you, hopefully, and your mortgage could be moving in the right direction or paid off. Let's imagine you were 50 with 80,000 invested. To reach around 330,000 by 67, the illustration requires total monthly investing of approximately £590. To aim towards 490,000, it rises to about £1,100. That is a wide range because retirement is not one fixed lifestyle. Your answer depends on the income you want, whether you are planning alone or as a couple, whether or not you're going to receive the full state pension, and whether you have other pensions, other investments, other income. Basically, it's called personal finance for a reason. We're all different with our own unique financial goals. 50 is not too late, but this is the point where vague intentions need to become an actual plan. Get a grip. Age 60. At 60, the illustrative checkpoint is approximately 231,000 to 343,000 invested, with 7 years remaining until 67. Think of it like being partway through a journey. The 330,000 to 490,000 figure is the destination at 67. The 231 to 343,000 figure is simply where you might expect to be at 60. If you were 60 with 150,000 and still want to reach 330,000 by 67, the calculation suggests total monthly investment of about £1,300. Reaching 490,000 would require just over 3,000 a month. For many people, that higher figure will not be realistic. That's just a fact. At this age, closing a large gap might involve several levers: contributing more where affordable, working slightly longer, retiring gradually, reducing the income target, checking your state pension record, and considering other household assets and income. It might also mean speaking to a regulated financial advisor if you need to, particularly before moving pensions or making irreversible retirement income decisions. The honest message at 60 is not that it's too late, it's that the plan needs to be personal, realistic and based on income, not just a headline pot size. The full picture. So, using a retirement destination of approximately 330,000 to 490,000 at 67 and assuming 4% annual growth after inflation and fees, the illustrative checkpoints are: at 30, roughly 17,000 to 25,000. At 40, roughly 62,000 to 92,000. At 50, 130,000 to 193,000. And at 60, roughly 230,000 to 343,000. These figures are not national averages, and they are not official targets. They are simply the path produced by one consistent set of assumptions. That is much more useful than pretending there is one magical number every person in Britain should aim for. 3 takeaways. First, don't use these numbers to beat yourself up. Use them to start a calculation, to get going. Second, the earlier you act, the more of the work can come from time and compounding, rather than huge monthly contributions later. Third, plan around the retirement income and lifestyle you actually want. Someone with a defined benefit pension, a paid off house, home, and a partner with their own pension might need a very different investment pot from someone renting a loan. And if you want to discuss any of this in more detail, you can join my free, if I can get my words out, private investing community on School. If you type invest in the comments, you can join for free. Now, before we finish, I want to tell you what I feel about inflation and the current financial system. I think they are both a joke, and I think inflation is much higher than most people think. I normally use 10% average returns on my videos here on YouTube, and it's mainly to keep the maths simple. But it's also based on the S&P 500 returns in the US over the last 50 plus years. I don't take inflation into account or fees, but again, my videos are specifically designed to be very simple and to help normal working people like you with my experience. That's it. I don't have any big claims, nothing. But like I said earlier, I do have a lot of experience and I really do care. Summary. If you are below the checkpoint in this video for your age, don't panic and don't give up. Find out what you already have, check your state pension forecast, decide what retirement could look like for you personally, and work backwards into a monthly number that works for you. That is the purpose of this channel, making investing simple for normal working people who want to become more confident investors and make work optional earlier. If that sounds like you, subscribe to the channel and comment with your age, not your balance, and tell me whether these figures were higher or lower than you actually expected. And again, if you need a bit of help and support with investing, you can join my investing community on School. It's free.